Maya Nolan. I live in Anchorage, Alaska. I'm 29 years old. I'll be 30 in December. I'm a registered Democrat. I'm a paralegal, an adjunct professor at the University of Alaska, and a freelance writer. Are we headed for a depression? We are headed for a depression. To be perfectly honest, it hasn't affected me yet, and it hasn't affected Alaska too much yet. We generate income through leasing our resource rights, development rights, to oil companies. And you've probably noticed that the price of oil has been astronomically high the last couple of years. So Alaska is actually experiencing a budget surplus. Now, that will probably change because the share of oil profits that goes to the people of Alaska is deposited in what's called the permanent fund. And permanent fund is then invested. So the permanent fund has actually taken a bit of a dive recently. We've really seen in Anchorage an increase in the number of people who are moving into Anchorage from the villages. People who live in rural Alaska are really having a hard time affording power, affording, heat and electricity to get them through the winter. I know that a lot of Alaskans called Congressman Don Young during the bailout vote, and of the 2,000 or 3,000 calls that he received, 95% of them were people saying, vote no. We don't want to bail out these companies. Personally, I have really mixed feelings on the bailout. If the government is going to help out the corporations that made the loans, there's got to also be some way to help out the people who are losing their homes because they got into these loans. And maybe that makes me a socialist. But I think that if we have the capacity to help people, we should help people. Because there's, for a long time, has been a little bit of socialism in the way the United States operates. We have never been a purely capitalist society as imagined by Adam Smith. I was a big supporter of Hillary Clinton and have become a supporter of Obama. Alaska wasn't really prepared for this. We didn't have any clue that Sarah Palin was a serious contender for the vice presidency. So when it happened, we were really all caught off guard. And I wish that I could say that this has been a time that's really united Alaskans, but it hasn't. As with many other parts of the nation, this has been a very divisive presidential election, and in Alaska it has been particularly so. We have been deeply divided between those who support Sarah Palin as vice president and those who do not. And I worry that after the election, not only is America going to have a hard time healing, Alaska is going to have a hard time healing.